Hello?
Can I speak to Mr. Smith, please?
Yes, this is he.
My name is Bridget Lepke. I am a registered nurse calling from Lake of the Woods District Hospital to follow up with you after being discharged from our hospital.
Yes, they told me that you were going to call.
I would like to review your discharge instructions with you. Do you need an interpreter, Mr. Smith? You have just heard the beginning of a post-discharge follow-up phone call to the patient with congestive heart failure, or CHF, living in rural northwestern Ontario as a way to decrease hospital readmissions. Creating evidence-based clinical interventions requires much background work before they actually reach the patient. This presentation will use the post-discharge phone call to explain how a hospital successfully created this clinical intervention. The Knowledge to Action Process Cycle Framework and its 7 phases by Graham were used as their guide. The first phase is identifying the problem, reviewing related literature, and selecting knowledge. To facilitate this, the PICO formula was used. The question: does the practice of a post-discharge follow-up phone call to the hospitalized patient with congestive heart failure decrease readmissions? Keywords were used to search and select evidence. Critical appraisal tools and a hierarchy of evidence framework were then used to evaluate the quality of the research. The overall synthesis supported implementing the phone call. Phase 2 is adapting knowledge to the local context. Lake of the Woods District Hospital, located in rural northwestern Ontario, is aware that CHF is the leading cause of hospitalization in elderly Ontarians, and that these patients usually stay longer in their facility than most other patients. Their mission to provide patient-centered care has led to the support of the post-discharge phone call as a way to enhance the patient's quality of life and to minimize the associated financial burden. The third phase is assessing barriers to knowledge. In this case, the potential barriers to overcome are limited access to primary and specialist services, disparities influenced by the social determinants of health, difficulties in reaching patients by phone, language, and cognitive barriers, insufficient human and financial resources. The next phase is selecting, tailoring, and implementing interventions. This includes assigning a multidisciplinary working group to develop the plan, using the Replicating Effective Program Framework, the Social Ecological Model, and the theory of planned behavior to maximize desired outcomes, and developing SMART goals. The remaining framework's 5, 6, and 7 phases include appointing a passionate provider champion to act as a positive role model, sharing performance results to all stakeholders, and celebrating the successes with the team through praise, encouragement, recognition, and mementos. To conclude, creating evidence-based interventions can positively support patients, such as those with CHF. Now back to the phone call.
Thank you for reviewing my discharge instructions with me. I now know that I should take my water pill in the morning so I'm not awake all night. Thank you, nurse.
I'm glad this phone call helped. Supporting you and your health is our goal.